Okay.
Nice flags. Look good. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
Behold how good and how pleasant it is that we are together on the Simchat Torah and this consecration evening. How exciting.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד.
All right. Let's light some Yom Tov candles. I'd like to call upon our amazing teaching staff that's represented here to join us. And that would include, of course, our executive or director of education, the one and only Phil Hankin, as well as Maggie Newman, and our wonderful, wonderful teacher and, of course, vice president of education and youth, Sherry Wiesner, as well. Why don't you all come on up?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Chag Sameach. A little more singing to get us ready for some Torah. And honey sticks.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a moment. That's right.
Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
All right. So in a moment, we're going to take out the Torahs because our tradition is on Simchat Torah is to read the end of the Torah in Deuteronomy and then to read the beginning part in Genesis. And that's what we're going to do. In most years, we have actually unrolled the Torah around the whole sanctuary. We're not going to do that today because of COVID, unfortunately, because we're not going to stay in here too long. We're going to go out. But, yeah. But I want to let you know, you're also, for our consecrants, you're gonna love what you're gonna get today, I think. Because you're all gonna get a certificate like this. Ooh. And you're all gonna get a mini Torah like this. I'll show you, I have one in the ark always, so you can see the one in there too. And of course, when you go home, I think it'd be nice to create a little ark for it. If you have a shoebox or something, you can decorate it and put your little Torah in there if you wanted. You could do that. And there's a tradition, which we're not gonna do, but I'm gonna tell you about it. And the tradition is that children, upon learning, what they would do is they'd come on consecration eve, and literally there'd be a little bit of honey on the Torah. And guess what the students would do? That's right. And up. And up. Yeah, thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor. You're totally safe. Yes, yes. We don't do that anymore. Instead, we'll give you two choices, a honey stick or a bit of honey. If you're allergic to nuts, you'll give your bit of honey to a parent. That's what I just said. I'm just saying if they have the bit, they can give the bit of honey to a parent and have the honey stick. If they like the bit of honey, you can have both, actually, if you want. And please wait till you get in the car to open these up. Thank you. What? What's wrong with that? So with that, Ken, I think we need to get those Torahs out so we can read from them. I'm reading. I don't know about you. You're probably going to chant because you're very good at chanting.
It comes with the territory. Should we everyone please rise as we prepare to take our Torahs from the ark.
Woo-hoo.
All right.
Please be seated. That's only one portion. It's okay, Cantor. It's okay. Yeah.
Almost there.
Yay. Shh. There we are. All right. So I'm going to show you guys something really cool. When you become Bar and Bat Mitzvah here, you get to use this yad. It's one of the oldest symbols we have here. It was dedicated in 1870. The synagogue stood when Lincoln was assassinated and marched in his honor. It's an amazing history of our synagogue. But I really, really love this yad. It's fantastic. Thank you. We need a drum set. Yeah. Excellent. So we're going to invite all of our adults, if they would like to do our aliyah, to join in the aliyah. So you do the before Torah blessing, and then Ken and I will respond to you, and then we'll go ahead and do Deuteronomy, and then a little something special, and then Bereshit. With that, ready? Real loud. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
v'chle'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Elohim.
Deal.
Amen. So before I chant, we need to practice one really important phrase for when I finish. So repeat after me. Chazak.
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 V'nit chazek.
V'nit chazek.
It says, be strong, and we will be strengthened. And what we traditionally say whenever we finish a book, and maybe this one is extra special because we're finishing the entire Torah. So be ready for that. I'll help you out. V'lo kam navi od b'Yisrael k'Moshe, asher yada'o Adonai panim el panim, lechol ha'otot v'hamoftim, asher shelacho Adonai la'asot be'eretz Mitzrayim, lefar'o lechol avadav u'lechol artzo, u'lechol hayad ha'chazakah, Ulechol hamora hagadol, asher asa Moshe le'enei kol Yisrael. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek.
I like that the last word in the Torah is Israel. It's kind of cool. In the beginning,
Do you want to switch?
Go ahead.
Do you want me to switch?
That's okay, I'm fine here. I'll just struggle a little bit more. That's what we do as Jews.
Struggle with Torah.
Because that's what Israel means, one who struggles or wrestles with God, or Torah, as the case may be. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim, when God began creating the heavens, et haaretz, and the earth, va'aretz hayita tohu vavohu, and the earth was chaotic, null and void. Some would say maybe that's the beginning of the Big Bang. I don't know, it's interesting. Ve'choshech al pnei techom, and there was darkness over the face of the deep. The Ruach Elohim, and the Spirit of God, merachefet al pnei hamayim, hovered over the face of the waters. Vayomer Elohim, and God said, Yehi or vayhi or, let there be light, and guess what happened? Bam, light. Vayar Elohim et ha'or ki tov, and God saw that the light was good. Vayavdel Elohim bein ha'or, and God divided between the light, uvein ha'choshech, and the dark. Vaikra Elohim le'oriyom, and God called the light day. Nice. V'choshech kara, and God called the darkness laila, night. Vahi erev, vahi boker, yom echad. It was evening, it was morning, a day.
We'll have to stay tuned to see what happens.
We'll see what happens next. Let's do the after blessing. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. What we're going to do now is for our consecrants, we're just going to cover the Torahs. They should never be really left alone. But I'm going to leave them out so that when our consecrants are up here, I'm going to show it to you. So you guys can take a look at the Torah a little bit. And what's cool is one of these Torahs, and I'm going to see which one you can guess, is really, really old. And the other one we had done on our 150th anniversary as a synagogue. We'll see if you could tell the difference between the Torahs in a moment. So with that, I'm going to invite our amazing executive director, I should say, I don't know, I keep giving you director of education, because Stephanie's already our amazing executive director. Director of education, Phil, along with Sherry Wiesner, our vice president of education and Ute.
And our tall people
And then tall people who are going to hold, apparently. Well, I'm going to Maggie. I asked Maggie to come on up. I want Maggie Newman to come on up to hold, too. She's one of our wonderful teachers. And we have a couple of devoted parents. Beautiful.
Okay. Ooh, it is on. All right, great.
Let's do it.
So this is like my favorite part of the entire year, is that we get to welcome all of you who are fresh and starting out and new to our congregation and new to the religious school. We want to celebrate that is the fact. Some of you, unfortunately, we did not do this ceremony last year, so some of you are actually have been part of the school for over a year now. You're part of this too, because Maya, right? And Sophia, right? So we want to make sure that you guys are a part of this. So, and Shane's already got this. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to call up the following people, and you are going to come up here. We're going to hand you a bag, And this is in no particular order, but Clara Schwartz. Clara Schwartz, come on forward. And Naomi Goldstein Souza, but I don't think she's here. I did not see her yet. Dylan and Lucy Hall, please come forward. Is that the next one? Eden Ram. Azriel David, but I don't think he's here. Is he here? No. Maya Pollock. Faith Leibowitz. Let's grab that one. That's for you. Faith, come on up. Lieb Min, I'm sorry, my apologies. I gave you an extra it's. And Kayla and Maya Enton. Zachary Perez, are you here? He is not here. Sophia Salaps, I'm sorry. You say that.
Silver Swan.
What she said. Okay, good. Okay, here's another one. Alexander Magerefte. Excellent. Get that down. Rosie Kaskowitz, they actually are outside. Gabriel Decker. And Levi Greenwood.
All right, why don't you guys turn around, face here. We are so proud of you. So I'm going to show you something. Ready? Let's open this up for you. We're missing a couple Torahs. I don't know where those are. We'll have to find those in a moment. There's a consecration Torah here, right? So let me just ask you a question. Do you know what that is? This is a rimon or a keter, a crown. This kind of looks like the top of a pomegranate, actually. And that's what rimon means. It means pomegranate. So it's really interesting that we decorate the Torah. We put these on there. We put this beautiful dress on there. We put a variety of things. A breastplate on there also, which you'll see here. I don't put them on when we have the white covers on because I think the white covers are so pretty. I don't want to cover them up. But during the regular year, we'll have this over the Torah. And what's cool about this, take a look what's inside. Nothing. That's right. Nothing's inside. That's right. This is broken, man. Let's take a look what's inside, shall we?
Nothing.
You really think it's nothing? I'm kind of excited about what we're going to... What do you see? A little silver Torah. Thank God. There's a Torah in that one. All right. Nice. And you'll look at, there's a keter on there, a crown. And all these things that decorate the Torah used to decorate the head priests. And a long time ago, when we had priests on Yom Kippur, they would put all this stuff on. Imagine this is a hat. They had very small heads. It's amazing. So they would wear this into the Holy of Holies, and once a year they would wear all this stuff. Once we moved beyond the priestly class, and rabbis kind of were the authority in our tradition, we moved all that stuff that used to be on the priest to the Torah. So that's why the Torah is all dressed up like that. So you each have a Torah inside there, similar to this one here. So I'm going to always have one in here so you get to see one of these Torahs as well. And let me just close this. We're going to bless you. I'm going to invite all your families to lift their hands with us. We're going to take the talit, and we're going to lift it over all of you right now, and then I'm going to show you a Torah. Thank you. So let me all get underneath this talit. Perfect, 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 perfect. Make sure the kids, there we go. May God bless you and may God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
And may God and your Jewish identity always be a source of strength, of wholeness, completeness, and peace in your lives and the lives of your family, as we all say together, Amen. So, what is consecration? You guys can lose the tally, unless you guys want the workout. It is actually the beginning, officially, of your Jewish education. And that's why you're given some honey, because education is so sweet. So let me show you this. Let me get right behind me. Why don't you guys come over here? So I'm going to show you both of these Torahs. There's a stand here, so if you feel like you can't see anything, you could take turns standing on this. But let me show you this, because we normally would have this unraveled. So first of all, can you tell which Torah is newer and which Torah is older? Come over here, guys. What do you think? Take a look at the Torahs. Okay, look at that one here. What do you think? Why would you say that? What's the giveaway for you? Because you're absolutely right. But what is the reasoning you said that? Was it the coloring? You're absolutely right. The paper's much older. And that's what happens with parchment, because the Torah is actually written on parchment, which is from an animal, and it's biodegradable. It's all natural. And this one here, we wrote on our 150th. So how many here were around and actually wrote in the Torah? Look how many people here actually wrote in the Torah. Cool. So did the bishop, who's now the former bishop of San Jose. A few Muslim women did. We had a whole plethora of amazing people in the community that got to do it as well, and many members of the congregation did. It's so cool. It was one of my, want to see one of my letters that I wrote? I'm going to show it to you. I read it just now. It was my bar mitzvah portion too, Bereshi. So there it is. That's my bet. And that's my tzadi back there. Although I have to be honest with you. Actually, it was the sofer. I just had my hand on top of the sofer's hand. Yeah, it's kind of how we wrote. Yeah, which was fine with me. Cool. Well done, everyone. Well done. We are so proud of you. So go back and let's have a seat, and then we're going to take this party outside and dance with the Torah.
Got it? Nice. Cool.
Gabriel, did you get to see it? Yeah? Cool. Go for it.
All right, we're going to do...
There you go.
Now we're on. So we're going to do a little bit of singing to give some respect to our Torahs. What do we call the Torah? Do we call it a bush of thriving? Anyone know? Do we call it a shrub of... No one knows where I'm going with this? What about a tree? A tree of life. All right, that was it. Yeah, I was just being a little silly there.
That's Shane's second answer.
So Rabbi's going to address our Torah scrolls, and then we're going to parade out there with them and do some dancing. Phil's ready for us. Shalom, 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 shalom,
oh baby.
shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim ba b'tom hecha, me'ushar eitz chaim hi lamachazikim
Please
ba
rise.
b'tom hecha, me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Happy it is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom, follow Rabbi. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to